very scared.
We're
very scared. This movie is super intense, but it's also going to bring up a lot of conversations. Yeah. Talk about what the assessment's about.
Well, it's about what you just watched is the beginning of our assessment in this near future world where you have to get approval to have a child. But in this world, we're all living longer because of supplements we're taking. So it's an outer utero situation. And all of this then turns into like a lot of wild fun and games, very absurd situations. And it's a special film with, you just don't know what's going to ever come into the next scene, and it constantly surprises you. And it brings up lots of questions about why, if you're going through so much tedious assessing, what comes up as to why you want a child, why you deserve to have a child, and use the resources it will take in this society to have one. But then at the same time, it is a comment on the resources we use as if we choose to get older longer and stay around longer than what happens to the earth that we're living on. But it does all of that, I think, in a really elegant way, not so much in telling you how to think or feel, but just examine our own existence.
Exactly.
You have faced a fear when making this movie.
Yes.
It opens with you swimming beautifully in open water.
Yeah.
Turns out you don't love swimming. Tell us about it.
Not even in closed water.
No, okay, so I'm just kind of risk averse, and I don't
in all ways.
In all ways, like I had to ride a roller coaster on a show I did called Love and Death, and I didn't realize how terrified I was until it was the day.
You've never
and I just
ridden
started
a roller
bursting
coaster
into
before?
tears. I had, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, so you chose not to. No need to. So you chose not to.
And like I think the furthest, like the most adrenaline I ever get is like swinging in Avengers or whatever.
Yeah.
They like put me on wires and I just like swing around doing magic. And
I know, I was going to say, it's a little counterintuitive that you're risk adverse, but you're in an Avengers.
Yes, so I do I feel safe with stunts, right? There's a lot of checks and balances there. And you know that they can like hold a truck, but they're just holding you. So like I feel safer. Open water is completely, it's how I've always felt like I respect it, which is why I don't need to go in it. It's how I feel about space. Like I just respect it, I don't need to go in it. And so with the open water thing, it's also because I was raised on Jaws, so I'm terrified of sharks. And so I asked for scuba divers and we're a very small independent film. I asked for 2 scuba divers to be underwater looking for sharks while I was swimming. They have never had a shark attack in Tenerife before.
Were you all shot?
Yeah, and where we shot the exteriors. And so they were like, this is kind of absurd, this doesn't happen here. But they did it anyway
just in case.
And also there was like a crazy storm that came from the coast of Africa, so the water was super rough. And so I was, with all my lessons, I was, swimming my little butt off, and I was going nowhere because of the current. It was just
like
me fighting. Yeah, it was like being on a treadmill in open water. And,
so is that your last, that's it? Will you ever go in the ocean again?
No, I now go in it.
What?
Oh, because you overcame it.
Yeah, I really actually enjoy it, and I now swim in the ocean.
Maybe we go on roller coasters together. Maybe this is it. No.
That didn't work.
Okay.
I did it once, and they were like, are you sure you don't want to do it? And we put the camera behind you. And I was like, nope.
It's over.
That was it.
We were telling you during commercial break, we said the word sissy like 27 times in one show. You have sisters. You have you're one of many.
I'm one of 6.
You're one of many, but you have twin sisters. We always wondered what would happen if there were more of us.
Right, because
we only know the world with us.
I loved it, especially being the baby. I really enjoyed it, and I think I also really admire the partnership that they have and don't compete with it in a way. It's something different, and it's a really interesting thing to watch. I mean, I admire it. Yeah, it's a different kind of connection that connects people.
So we have to talk about WandaVision really quickly. Are you dead? What's happening?
Well, I mean, if someone hasn't seen Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, I did die.
But is there a chance you could come back?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to call somebody.
Yeah, we'll have to. I think I'm going to come back in like 50 years. And it's like, I'm gonna just be like an old wild lady with like wild white hair,
swimming in the ocean.
And then they'll like put me on a string, and I'll be doing my magic at like 86. That's what I imagine. So that's to me going to be my comeback in the Marvel world if I can make it that long in life.
I love it. Well, until then, you all, the assessment, you watched it, you loved it.
Yes.
It's in theaters now. Get to your theaters because it's a good one to see in the theater.
It is a special one to see in theaters.
Yes. And it's kind of spooky.
Yes. Yeah.
It's intense in a good way.
Yeah.
You want to see it with others.
Yes.
Up next, beauty mogul Trini Woodall shows us the